As I welcome in 2022 with tons of excitement, I also find that beginning the year with a brief reflection usually helps ground me and gives me direction for the upcoming road ahead. 2021 was a huge year of growth, not just in terms of my art, but also in my general attitude. 2021 started out with me needing a break. I had ended 2020 completely burnt out from streaming. After a short bit of leisure, I set out on this journey to try and find happiness in everything I was doing again, be it in art, in my relationships, and in building community. Not to say that I wasn't happy, I just knew that I could be happier. So, how did I do? Well, as I was putting together my 2021 art summary that many of you may have seen circulating around Instagram and Twitter, I started to see patterns and correlations between my mood, how I viewed my art, and the pressures of the environment I was in, either as a result of choice or simply a byproduct of the chapter of life I was in. One thing that became really apparent to me was that my happiness was highly dependent on doing the things that made me happy. Okay, let me rephrase that. I noticed that how I felt about my art was deeply connected to what I was doing outside of creating and how I felt while doing those things. By being happy outside of those moments we are creating, we are able to generate our best ideas, conjure up the most excitement, and we are able to then take that heightened energy and pour it into our art. I noticed that at the start of the second quarter of 2021, when I was really enjoying my art, I was spending more time watching anime, playing casual games, and geeking out with friends. I started to schedule in fun and optimizing my day to day activities to try and maximize happiness, productivity, and rest. By doing this, I found that I had more leisure time and had more productive art sessions. That's kind of the best of both worlds, if you ask me. Now, you might say, well, Andy, I only have 2 hours a day to art, and I can't possibly be using that to finally watch Arcane. And I totally get that. There are ways to make art fun too, like doing a study of your favorite anime or studying another artist's style. Not to mention, it's also okay to take healthy breaks to recharge. So, to that, I would say you can finally watch Arcane, and you might even be happier after watching it. Not sponsored. The overarching idea is creating in a state of happiness and fun will lead to more fulfilling results, and we can and should create healthy opportunities to heighten that state of being, whether it be outside our art or within the process. Of course, don't let this become an excuse for you to grind to gold before, you start creating art. Just avoid feelings of frustration or that feeling of, ugh, I need to create art. Rather than create from a sense of need, try creating from a state of want. While analyzing moments where I was happiest and thriving, I also recognized the power in my surroundings, both physical space and the people that I was surrounding myself with. And this was very apparent in the lowest points of my year. I noticed that during these points in time, there were certain behaviors that were reoccurring in the people I was surrounding myself with. Behaviors like talking behind people's backs, being excessively competitive, gaslighting, breaches of trust, putting on acts and facades to gain, be it a share in your clout, community, and sometimes even money. It was so toxic, and my mind was entangled in this messy frustration, and it was paralyzing. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I jumped ship and doubled down on building my own community and being more engaged in those that I genuinely vibed with. Doing this allowed me to live and create in a way without any external pressure to act and present myself in a certain way, and that created room for stronger and more meaningful relationships to enter my life. And that led to an increase in overall happiness and outlook on my art. Lastly, have you ever told your friends that you're going to go to the gym 3 days a week for the entirety of a month and fail? I find that the moment I say I'm going to do something, like it's some grand event, the pressure starts to pile on, and this thing that I was once excited for and driven by begins to feel like work or like a chore. I want to becomes I said I would. Could and should becomes need to. And that creates a lot of pressure. I've noticed that the more I put myself in situations where I can say, I am, I have been doing, or I did, I have felt much more fulfilled than saying things like, I will, I plan to, or this year I'm going to. To pile on pressure at the beginning of a project or task is the worst way to start. Go in at your own pace and with your own peace of mind. Then, once you're feeling confident, share the news. This minimizes the pressure for you to meet the high expectations that you've set from the get-go. All in all, in my analysis of my 2021 trends, I found that removing unnecessary pressures in life leads to an increase in happiness and peace. And creating in that state is the best state to ensure that you'll have a fulfilling experience. While I can't say it will directly lead to more or better art being created, I can say with a great deal of confidence that you will enjoy your art more when it's created in that state of happiness and peace. You know that feeling when you're drawing and you have the biggest smile on your face? That's the feeling we're aiming for, not the times when you're clenching your teeth and pulling your hair out of frustration. They say happiness is fleeting, but I do also believe that we can attract happiness into our lives, and these are just 3 ways that I found last year to do just that. Recognizing the importance of fun and scheduling it in, creating and finding the right vibes and separating ourselves from toxic environments and circles, and simply doing without the need and pressure of announcing it to the world. The best art that we create is created when we are happy and simply enjoying the process. That said, I had a lot of fun creating this video and trying this new style. Let me know if you like this format and what you hope to see more of in the future. And to you still watching, stay happy and happy creating.